Plaintiff Jennifer Lanke says after she and the defendant broke up, they continued living together. Jennifer claims the defendant eventually moved his new girlfriend in, and she heard them having sex morning, noon, and night. She's suing him for an electric bill and emotional distress. Defendant Donald Swanson says the reason he and Jennifer only lasted for 2 months is because she was bossy and manipulative. And she even tried to tell him when he could have sex with his new girlfriend.
Start with you.
All right, well, I met the defendant. We worked together. We became fast friends and got into a relationship pretty quickly, which looking back wasn't the best idea, but at the time it didn't really seem like a bad idea. We ended up moving in together within a month of starting dating. Within 2 months we were broken up because it wasn't good. It was bad. We weren't compatible at all. I found him to be very irresponsible, childish, immature. I personally believe he's a bit of a user. Well, he does fun first, bills later. You know, he doesn't take care of his responsibilities first. And I mean, yeah, I do fun stuff. You know, I used to smoke and everything. I used to smoke weed, but I would pay my bills first. But like I said, he would, you know, buy his pot and then pay his bills. I would pay my bills, and then if I had money, do the fun stuff.
Right.
You know?
Well, that makes it legal.
No, sir.
You pay your bills first and then buy it, then that's all right. We won't charge you. Go ahead.
Sir. But after we ended up breaking up, we did see other people. We had to stay living together because we had signed a year lease. But there was one girl he tried to move in. I personally, excuse my language.
How long did you all date? For 2 months?
About 2 months, yes, sir.
You moved in how long after knowing each other?
We had known each other for a few months. We'd only been
Gone
dating
together.
for about 3 weeks.
Dated for 3 weeks, moved in together.
Yes, sir.
And then stayed together 2 months, or remained dating for 2 months.
Yes, sir.
And then continued to room together and bring you all's partners in, if you will.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You give me some background, then we'll get to the light bill she's suing for. You want to give me some background?
Yes, all right, yes, I agree. We did meet and move in right away in April of 2012. And like she said, within 2 months, we just weren't compatible anymore.
Why?
Well, I found her to be kind of like bossy and manipulative, and we clashed right away as soon as we moved in together.
Bossy as in pay your bills?
No, just bossy as in just do anything that she wants done, it's not even with me, just with everybody in general. That's that's her behavior pretty much.
Yeah, and can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
I was 3 months pregnant when we started dating.
Yes.
So, you know, I may have been a little bossy, but I was trying to get my space to be a comfortable place for me and my future child. And if by bossy he means nagging on him to do the dishes, or nagging on him about all the sex he was having in the shower with his girlfriend, or nagging at him about listening to him and his girlfriend have sex when I wake up in the morning, have sex when I go to bed at night, have sex when I'm trying to do everything. All the time, it was all we ever listened to.
And they're going to be lined up around the corner when you get out the door, doctor, right?
No. I mean, if that's what he means by being bossy, then I guess I'm bossy.
All right. Now, all that was subsequent to you all dating. You're saying while you were dating, she was bossy.
Well, yes, in general.
That's what he's saying,
And
man.
then with the dishes issue, there would be dishes piled for days, not mine, that would not be done. And it would be left to me pretty much to get sick of looking at the dishes piling up to do them.
That is a lie.
Or a few times she offered to smoke pot with me in order to do the dishes. So, okay, sure.
What do the two have to do with each other? You mean she said, I'll give you a joint if you do the dishes?
Pretty much, because we'd get sick of looking, we'd both get sick of looking at the dish, I would do my dishes after I cooked.
Your Honor, it was like paying a child with an allowance.
You had to be paid in drugs to wash your own dishes.
No, I would do my dishes as I ate. We didn't.
You did not.
We didn't share
meals. What about when you all were dating, you all?
Oh yeah, of course.
Shared responsibility.
Yes.
Let's get to the electric bill, man.
Okay.
What you suing them about?
All right. Well, while we lived together, it was stated in our lease, and we agreed upon this before we moved in, to split all the bills, split the rent, split the utilities, whatever. While I was living there, I kept up my end of the deal. I didn't pay every month, I will grant you that, but you know, by the time we moved out of that apartment, I had my responsibility paid. And He had told me after we moved that when he got his taxes back, he would pay his portion of the bill. He did not leave them with a forwarding address. He did not give them his new phone number that he got. I was the one that gave them my address. They had my phone number. Well, about a month ago, I got a bill in the mail stating that I had 5 days to pay about $672, or it was going to collections.
Sir?
Okay, I do agree that I have to pay half of that at least $200. But like I said, I wasn't there.
Where are you getting your half?
Like for 2 months, I didn't even live there. I was paying rent there, but I was staying with someone else. So.
Your Honor, he didn't live there because he didn't have a car and he neneeded a ride to work.
No, I had another girlfriend, and I was staying with her because I didn't want to deal with living there with her. So I was staying with a friend for 2 months. When I came back, I was unemployed from November to early January, and in that time...
Let me ask you something, and using that logic. You say you didn't stay how long? For 2 months?
Yeah, for about 2 months.
You were over your girlfriend?
Yeah.
On vacation, taking a leave or whatever, but you were still paying rent?
Yes.
Meaning you were still a resident?
Yes.
So let me just ask, if it was 3 days,
yeah,
how much would you deduct?
$60, I guess.
$60, all right. So whenever you were gone 3 days, that's $60 less you should have to pay.
Yeah.
What about going to work? If you worked overtime, would you still have to pay the same amount of electricity?
No.
Right, because you were there 4 hours less than you would have been.
Yeah.
Because you worked 4 hours of overtime. All right. How much, you think?
I have no
$10
idea.
off?
No, maybe a little more.
Maybe more?
Yeah.
You're serious, too?
No.
Go ahead. I was waiting on you to laugh or something. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, when I did finally return, though, and I had a new girlfriend, and the one that she claims I had too much sex with, she would give me texts like when they're on their way home, to like, we're on our way home, you better not be having sex. And it finally came to the point where at one time during one of our sexcapades, I left my room and there was a ball gag hanging on the door handle to my room. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like something you put around your face with a ball you put into your mouth to keep you quiet while you're having sex.
Gotcha, okay.
And there was a note that said, "Use me." Okay. So apparently that's how she was trying to make her point to be quiet.
Your Honor, I tried to talk to him about this and how uncomfortable it made me.
to the electric bill. I'm finished with all that. Sir?
While I was there though, with my girlfriend, I used minimal electricity in my room. We used candles for our lovemaking. And all I had hooked up was a laptop and a computer monitor.
You are serious. I thought you were.
I'm serious, yes.
The reason you shouldn't pay is because you visit and stay over your girlfriends often. When you all were there, you did a lot of lovemaking and you always had candles, so you didn't use the lights then.
Yes. Meanwhile, though, I mean, they had power running like 24 hours a day, like a 40-inch TV, Xbox, computer monitors, music going sometimes for days on end.
Did the agreement somehow describe that the amount to be paid would be based on usage?
No.
Okay.
No.
It was half and half. So you wanted to change it to usage. So that's a good scheme. You just sit in the dark all the time. And that's not how it goes. So you're coming across as pitiful. Yeah. What's your emotional distress for?
Well, Your Honor, as I stated, I was pregnant when we ended up starting dating, so I was also still pregnant when we broke up. I had my daughter in November. Our lease was through April. As he and I have both stated, he had a lot of sex, a lot of loud sex with his girlfriend during and after my pregnancy. I felt it was disrespectful. They would have sex in the shower all the time. I didn't even want to put my child in the shower because just thinking about what they were doing in there made me extremely uncomfortable.
Well, ma'am, let me just tell you this. Whenever you move in with someone, you take the risk that it won't be an enjoyable tenancy. And in this case, you moved in with someone 3 weeks after you began dating him, and you only dated him 2 months. That's the risk you took. I'm not granting you any emotional distress, ma'am. That's the risk people take when they move in together. Now, if he did something to assault you, if he did something that placed you in harm's way and kept you stressed out because you thought something may happen to you, not him having sex in the other room with another woman, I'll grant you your electric bill. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Thank you. I'm just glad that this is over, that's all.
I don't know. I'm glad that I don't have to deal with you anymore.
Yes, same here.
I don't want to see you ever again. Have a nice life.
Thank you.
Just
You too.
Please keep me out of it.
I'm going to.